Hello stamp people, or philatelists as you'd like to be called. I hope you're all doing well. It's time to have a look at a presentation pack which came out in 2009. The Mythical Creatures set of stamps. Released on the 16th of June 2009. I managed to get my hands on this one at the time, and I thought I'd reminisce and show you each individual stamp, and we'll open up the actual pack itself and have a look what's going on inside and on the reverse, and check out the cool designs on each of those stamps. I do love it when the Royal Mail releases a presentation pack that has a slightly different theme to it. Like this one, the Mythical Creatures. There we go, that's the image on the inside. Some guy writing on a manuscript, thoughts spilling out of his head. There, conjuring up images of unicorns and I guess fairies and giants and what have you. There are the stamps themselves. I'll get a couple of them out. I'll have a closer look at them. And on the back here, there's a couple of images I need to show you. There you go. On the back is a story about each individual stamp, and I may read one or two lines from each of these here. Okay, without stating the blindingly obvious, we are looking at the first class stamp here, or one of the first class stamps, that of the dragon. And you can see it's quite a powerful image of a fire-breathing dragon. Fairly detailed. Very Lord of the Rings-like. In fact, a lot of these stamps have a Lord of the Rings feel to them. Let's have a look. You can't see what I'm reading off camera, but let me read you the first paragraph of what they say about the dragons. The native dragons of the British Isles, called worms, had poisonous breath and coiled snake-like around hills. They could not fly or breathe fire. They demanded oxen or maidens. They grew slowly, ate rarely, and slept much. Well, there you go. That certainly looks like fire coming out of that particular dragon's mouth, doesn't it? But in the write-up here on the back, it says they don't breathe fire. They just had poisonous breath. Alright, let's have a look at the next stamp. Again, another first-class stamp of a unicorn. This has a certain legend feel to it. Do you remember that film directed by Ridley Scott starring Tom Cruise? There you go, that's what I think of when I'm looking at this stamp. If you've not seen that film, check it out if you're into the whole fantasy genre. Anyway, let me read you the first paragraph about the unicorns. So it says here, nobody remembers who sent the first King of Scotland a unicorn. They are long-lived creatures. The King of Scotland were proud of owning a unicorn and left it to run, tangle-maned and alone, across the stark highlands, an ivory flash against the heather. There you go. That's the unicorns. A change in denomination. now, a 62p stamp depicting giants. There you go, that guy's carrying a rock above his head, about to chuck it at someone, or maybe try and destroy a village. We don't know. Right, let me read you the first paragraph about the giants. If it were not for the giants, Britain would look very different. In the dawn days, they fee-fi-fo-fummed across the land, picking up rocks and throwing them at other giants in friendly rivalry. Or alone, they would break mountains, crush rocks into causeways, leave henges and stone seats to mark their passing. Well, there you go. According to that, Stonehenge is a giant's seating area. Yeah, that was never taught to us at school. Anyway, there we have 62p stamp depicting giants. Another 62p stamp depicting an image of a pixie riding a snail. Now, what film did they have that particular character in? What was it? Never-Ending Story. Yeah, there was definitely a pixie-like character that rode on the back of a snail in that film. If you haven't seen that film and you like 80s films, check it out. The 10-year-old in you will love it. Anyway, let me read you the first paragraph on the write-up about Pixies. Right, here we go. They'll help you, folks say, unless you thank them. If you leave them gifts or payment, they'll be off into the night, never again to sweep your floor, or sew your shoes, or stack your CDs into alphabetical order. So never pay a pixie, it seems. We've moved on to a 90p stamp now, and the image on the front is that of a mermaid. Look at her coiled tail. Yeah, what film does this remind me of? Splash, starring Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. Daryl Hannah being the mermaid that he finds washed up on a beach. I think, is that how it happened? I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that film. Right, let me read you the first paragraph about the mermaids. She keeps the souls of the drowned in lobster pots that she finds on the seabed. They sing the captive souls, and they light her way home beneath the grey Atlantic. And that's quite sinister, isn't it? She keeps the souls of the drowned in lobster pots that she finds on the seabed. They sing the captive souls, and they light her way home beneath the grey Atlantic. Certainly a different image to what they portrayed on that film, Splash. So, yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about mermaids now. And finally, we've got this stamp on offer for you. The fairy stamp, 90p in value, and as you can see from the image, it has a fairy controlling two sparrows, it looks like, flying through the air. Now for me, this stamp conjures up the Cottingley fairy story that happened around World War I time, I think it was. And it was two girls, I think that lived in Kent, that claimed to have photographed numerous fairies dancing around the bottom of their garden, and a couple of gnomes, I think it was. And these photos were shown to experts around the world, and they became celebrities at the time, and I think many famous people paid their village a visit. I think there's been a couple of films that have been made about that incident. I think eventually they were proven to be fake. Well, definitely proven to be fake, otherwise we'd have fairies bounding around the land, wouldn't we? Anyway, yes, so that's what this stamp conjures up for me. Anyway, let me read you what they say about the fairies in this little booklet here. Fairies. It's not that they're small, the fair folk, especially not the queen of them all, Mab of the flashing eyes and the slow smile with lips that can conjure your heart under the hills for 100 years. It's not that they're small, it's that we're so far away. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking at this set of stamps, the Mythical Creatures, released by the Royal Mail back in 2009, and I hope they do continue to release more of these types of stamps in the future. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you have, remember to hit that like button, share, and please do subscribe to the channel for more content because it costs you nothing. It's totally free. And please do comment down below if you have this set of stamps or you particularly like these set of stamps, and let's have a chat down below. Anyway, until the next video, bye for now.